Hey everyone, happy Friday. Today you have an asynchronous day, so we are not meeting. I have planned 3 short and fun activities for you today. So use this Edpuzzle as a guide as you go through the activities. First, I promised you more time to work on your Unit 4 title page. So here, take a good 10 minutes, put on the music, relax, and finish that title page. The title is Unit 4, Ecosystems. You want to draw 3 drawings about what you think the unit will be about, at least 3 added colors. The title page will be due for Tuesday of next week. So on Tuesday, I will put in Google Classroom the slide where you take a photo and you upload your photo to. Have fun. So here is our second assignment today. We are going to be building a food chain. Food chains, food webs, some of you have seen these concepts in elementary school. We're revisiting them from a middle school perspective this time. So a food chain is very basic. It's who eats who in a very linear fashion. You're building a 3-level food chain using living organisms of your choice. It's also a great way to refresh ourselves on how to use Google Drawing. So I'm going to show an example. I want to build a 3-level food chain. I'm going to start with kelp or seaweed. And so I'm going to research images of kelp. Ooh, these are really nice images here. I'm going to take this one. Move it to my food chain. It's too big. I'm going to clip it. So I am going to crop it. I double clicked on it. So I've had this black frame show. And now I can shrink it a little bit. Okay. And I'm adding a label. Kelp. Bold. Okay. Now I'm picky. Centered. Good. Now, kelp gives its energy, is eaten by lots of different organisms. One that I know is sea urchins. So I'm going to research sea urchins. And if you don't know, if you don't have a food chain in mind, you can research that. Very nice photos. Oh, I really like this one. That's a beautiful sea urchin. Moving it here. Once again, cropping and shrinking. This is a sea urchin. I'm copy pasting. Perfect. Now, sea urchin is going to be eaten. It's going to give its energy to a sea otter. This was all my purpose here, is to check out adorable photos of sea otters. Oh, look at this one. Okay. Because I love sea otters. I'm shrinking, putting it here with a label. Don't forget the label. All right, so now what's missing is arrows. Now, one thing that may be different from elementary school is that in middle school, a food chain is going to be showing the transfer of energy. So it's not who eats who is eaten by what organism, who is giving its energy, transferring its energy to a different organism. When you eat, you get energy from your food source. So I'm taking the arrow here, and as I thought I was on arrow here, as I approach the image, I'm getting this purple dot. That's that is allowing me to connect these two images together. That arrow is very small. I'm going to make it bigger. And then the sea urchin is transferring its energy to the sea otter right here. So this is my food chain. Create your own. Use 3 different images. Don't use an image that already has a food chain on it. You're building the food chain using the Google Drawing tools. All right, hi again. So you created a food chain. Now you're going to move on to a food web. A food chain is a really simplistic way of seeing energy transfer. It doesn't really happen that much in ecosystems. Ecosystems are going to be messy because there are so many different organisms interacting with one another. So a food web is a better representation of how energy gets transferred within the biotic factors in an ecosystem. So for this food web, I have chosen for you already what ecosystem you're going to be working with. This is the Yellowstone State Park. And I have selected this, I think there's 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 10 different organisms living in Yellowstone. Your mission is to create a food web with all 10 organisms. Maybe you're not fully sure as to how energy gets transferred, who eats who in this food web. You want to give it your best shot, try your best on this, make a guess for how the food web can take shape. Here's a hint though. First, you want to line up, in order for your food web to be easy to read, you want to line up all of the plants at the lower level of your food web. So line up all plants at the lower level of your food web. So I'm going to take the pine seeds here and the grasses and the aspen trees. They're going to be a little bit hidden behind me. Maybe I can hide the camera. Yeah, okay. Aspen trees right here. Now I'm going to try and see who eats grass, who is a herbivore here in all of our organisms. The rabbit, the hare, I know for sure is going to be eating grass. The bison. Bisons are kind of like wild cows, so I'm expecting them to eat grass. And the cowbird most likely is going to be eating some seeds. There may be other organisms. I'm going to let you make a guess. Maybe the elk also is part of them. Once you've finalized your organization of your food web, you're going to be drawing arrows. So I'm not going to build the whole food web for you. I'm starting to think of that second level of plant-eating organisms, and then I'm drawing the arrows. So I'm selecting the arrow tool, and you can see that you have the purple dots that allow you to connect 2 different images. Remember, once again, making it 4 points. Remember that the arrows show the transfer of energy, not who eats who, but the transfer, how energy gets transferred. So the grasses are going to give energy to the hare, give energy to the bison. I'm thinking seeds are going to be giving energy to cowbirds and to the hare as well. Most likely there are other organisms as well. Elk maybe are getting energy from the aspen trees. I want you to make your best guess and then continue building that food web to the next level. Have fun with this.